Hello, my name is Blaze Bayley. You're listening to What's Metal, and you should be able to answer that question quite easily if you're listening to this show. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, good tidings, and peace on earth.
Okay, so how's the current tour so far going?
It's just got better and better. This is like the Christmas section of the tour. So what we've done is we've put a load of extra songs in the set that we wouldn't normally do on tour. Stuff from early Wolfsbane and some Maiden songs that we don't normally do, and some ones off the Blaze albums that we haven't done for quite a while, if ever. And it's a different kind of set, really. So it's more based. It's really for the hardcore fans who've like know me for a long time. So I'm really excited about doing it. You know, we've changed the set around as we've gone through the tour, but this is like a big undertaking. So we've bought it. It's the set that we're doing for the Big Bash, which we're filming for a DVD. And I like the idea of doing different things. Sometimes on tour you're playing lots of different places and you want to get into a rhythm because you don't know where you're going to be each day. But in situations like this, we're just doing a few gigs around Christmas, then it's nice to be able to do something different. So if there's fans that have seen us quite a few times, then it's good that they're coming and they can see songs that they haven't seen on the rest of the tour.
You also were involved in this orchestra metal tour in Germany. How did that go?
Oh, I absolutely loved it. It was a great experience, really good. A bit weird having my voice so loud on the stage, because generally with my band, it's really heavy metal guitars, bass screaming out from behind you. But with the orchestra, it was great. It was all about the singing and less running about, and I just really, really enjoyed my singing. And it was really good and really great people to get along with, and it's certainly taught me that it doesn't matter what kind of instrument you play, if it's a violin or a cello, then you're still a musician at heart. So there's people, everybody still wants to stop up late, drink lots of beer, and all of that, and get into trouble. So it was a good time as well. I think there were like 18 of us on the one tour bus, and it was a riot, and it was great. Being on a tour bus, it was half of it was girls. I enjoyed that. Yeah.
So there have been some lineup changes recently in your band. It gets more and more international and more German also. Please, can you clear up things for our listeners a little bit?
Yeah. At the start of the tour, there were a few problems at the start of the tour where my regular band wasn't. Not everybody was available to do certain things, and so Oliver Palatai stepped in for me to take over um, the guitar, and he did a great job for us. And then really, well, I suppose the problems that we've had is that I'm still the same person with the same enthusiasm and the same love of metal that I was when I was 14 and I discovered the first Black Sabbath album. And that's still it for me, and that's what I want to be. And everything in my life comes second to my music. That's why, I'm not in a relationship or anything like that. I'm broke most of the time because the music's always the most important thing. And playing live and making albums and going out and playing and meeting the fans, that's it for me. That's the life that I want. And I think perhaps for other people, then they weren't quite prepared for actually walking the walk in some ways. And it's tough sometimes. But if I don't have a choice, I'm not the best singer in the world, but I love to sing and I like metal. So that's it. And what's happened is guys have left because they just didn't want to commit themselves or felt they couldn't commit themselves because of other things in their lives. and the guys that have come in are really talented musicians who still have that love of metal and performing live, And they're people with the same kind of attitude as me that, well, it doesn't matter if it's 8 people or 8,000 or 80,000, it's the same gig. You're there on the stage playing your music, doing what you love. So that's a great day. So Oliver Palatai's come in as a full-time member of the band, and then I've borrowed Danny um, from Rawhead Rex to do the drums for me, and he's just a fantastic drummer. I mean, he's like a machine, and he's so tough as well. We on the first part of this tour where we got together, then we had to do a full rehearsal every day before the show, and he never got tired and never complained. He was always solid and still doing fantastic performance on the evening.
So the current situation, well, doing your solo stuff and being, well, maybe more accessible to the fans than compared to the times with Iron Maiden, is that something that you really missed maybe when you were playing with Maiden? Because, with this huge popularity gain that you get when playing in such a band, it's not as easy as today, just like, walking through the streets or talking to people and so on.
I definitely missed it. I think the toughest thing wasn't the fact that the band was so big, but that the schedules and the logistics were often so difficult. So you didn't get a chance to hang around a lot of time after the gig and meet the fans and sign the autograph because you had to leave straight away because you had a long drive to the next city, which could be like 12 hours away. So I did certainly miss that when I was in Iron Maiden. I suppose one of the times I enjoyed most was when we did the fan club convention in London after we played Brixton, and I got to meet all the fans there. But well, uh, to me, the fans are the most important part of it. It's they're the people that buy the albums, they buy the T-shirts, they buy the concert tickets. They're the people that enable me to do what I love to do, and I feel very fortunate, that I've got that people who get into the band and get into my singing, really stay loyal and enjoy it and see that it's a genuine thing. So I did miss that, yeah, with Iron Maiden because it was just so busy, so many things to do all of the time. Now, I mean, well, in control and I have a big say in what happens, then the fans are a real priority for me.
So do you have sometimes have to sing songs on stage that you don't really like, but the audience is really demanding them?
No, no, I don't at all because I'm really proud of all the stuff that I've written right from my first album. Everything I've written has been what I meant and what I felt and what I wanted to do. I've never been trying to have a hit single or, oh, if I make something this way, maybe it'll be a big hit or something like that. It's always been, well, will this be the best thing? Will this express my idea? Will that be it? So I don't mind really. There's as I've been listening through to a lot of the old songs as we've been getting the set ready for this, then I look back with some mixed emotions on, well, I think, well, I'd arrange that differently now, or I'd do that slightly differently on a couple of songs. But mostly I just enjoy playing them, and if the fans enjoy them, that's great. And they're like old friends in a way.
So the show is called What's Metal? What do you think is metal? Is it just kind of music? Is there a certain form of lifestyle or ideals? Are they somehow connected with that?
Metal, for me, well, I regard as living my life, as somebody who loves metal and lives for metal. So I think metal for me is it's not worrying about fashion at all and enjoying things because you enjoy them and finding things on your own sometimes and not following a fashion or a trend. And metal fans, I think, are people that decide what they like and aren't easily persuaded. And I think that's why metal fans are so loyal. I know me as a fan, if I listen to a band, then I've got to see them live to decide if I really want to give them my passion and devotion. And I really like that. And I think for me, metal is about being loud, you know, living loud. So squeezing the juice out of life. And well, that's it's a broad definition. I mean, it's my way. I just think of myself as metal because that's the way I've lived. I've lived my life just to be in a metal band, just to sing metal, just to be involved with it, you know. So I suppose yeah, that's where I feel. I feel my life makes sense when I feel like I'm playing metal and going on my way to a gig or at the gig or whatever.
So we are close to the new year. What are the plans for the band for the next year?
Well, I don't think we'll be tackling Al Qaeda head on, but we may try some subliminal stuff with our music and hopefully convert them from Islam to metal. But well, what we're doing is we're recording a DVD. We start recording that in Dudley at the Big Bash on the Saturday, the 18th of December, and from then we're going to keep adding things to it, and hopefully by the middle of next year bring out the full DVD with a 5.1 mix and a stereo mix, and it's going to have original songs on it, so it's not just, there won't be an album or anything to go with the DVD. Like the last release that we had was as lo- the last release was Blood and Belief, so that was a CD. The next release is going to be a DVD, and then I don't know what's going to happen after that. So we're going to write some songs as well to go on the DVD, and I'm really looking forward to it. You know, experimenting with the format and trying to use it in a creative way.